Salvete discipuli, and welcome to our Latin lesson for this week. Now, this recording is meant for those of you who are remaining fully remote at this point in time. Most Latin students are going to be back on campus once a week, so we will be doing this in class together. But for those of you who are choosing to remain remote for the time being, for whatever reason, I did want to provide you with some video lessons to help you stay caught up, because we will not be doing Zoom lessons anymore. I will, however, have some office hours available. If you need some extra support, just let me know and we can schedule some office hours for you guys. So just keep me in the loop as to what you need from me, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. So for this week, we are going to be, in class, we'll be taking a look at this story reading for stage one. So this reading, Cerberus. So I'm going to be kind of walking through it with you guys. I'm going to do this in two parts. The first part, we're going to be just practicing listening to and reading this out loud. Again, since you're not going to be in class, it is important that you do practice this on your own. So I am going to ask that as I read through this, you do practice saying these sentences out loud. It helps practice the language. That's how you're going to learn the language, is by practicing it in multiple ways. So do practice saying it out loud. So that's going to be the first bit. And then after this first video, I want you to try translating the passage on your own. So on a piece of paper, in your Latin notebook, in your Latin binder, you're going to go through and you're going to translate each of these sentences. Please do this in pen, either blue or black ink. And then after you have made your attempt at translation, and it doesn't have to be perfect, I'm not necessarily expecting it to be perfect, but I do want you to try to translate every sentence. After that, then you can go and watch part 2 of the video, which will be me walking you through the translation. And as you listen to that, watch that video, then you can be correcting your translation as we go on. And this is why I want you to write in pen, is so that if you did make a mistake, you can cross it off and correct it so you can see what your mistake is. If you do it in pencil and you're erasing, we don't get to see where we're learning, if that makes sense. So I would like you to do this in pen and then correct it in pen by crossing out the mistakes and then writing the correct translations either above or below it. So as you translate, it is helpful to leave a line in between each of your sentences that you translate. So let's get started in reading through the Latin of this. So for the reading passage, we're given a few extra vocabulary words here on the side. So I'm going to walk you through these really quick. We have intrat. This is a verb that means enters. Circumspectat. This means looks around. Cibus is our Latin word for food. In mensa means on the table. Salit is jumps. Stat is stands. Stertit, snores. Latrat, barks. Surgit, gets up. Iratus, angry. Pestis means pest. Furcifur means scoundrel. Clamat is shouts. And exit is goes out. So again, I'm going to read through the Latin sentences, and my advice is to pause after I read each sentence so you can practice saying it out loud yourself. Caecilius est in horto. Caecilius in horto sedet. Lucia est in horto. Lucia in horto legit. Servus est in atrio. Servus in atrio laborat. Metella est in atrio. Metella in atrio sedet. Quintus est in tablino. Quintus in tablino scribet. Cerberus est in via. So at this point, kind of pause, go back, rewind the video if you need to, and practice reading each of those sentences out loud. These sentences are following very similar patterns to what we saw in our model sentences, so hopefully these should be pretty easy for you. All right, now to the second part. Quoquus est in culina. Quoquus in culina dormit. Cerberus intrat. Cerberus circumspectat. Cibus est in mensa. Canis salit. Canis in mensa stat. Grumio stertit. Canis latrat. Grumio surgit. Quoquus est iratus. Pestis furcifer, quoquus clamat. Cerberus exit. So again, go back, listen to the sentences, practice saying these sentences out loud yourself. And then at this point, this video will be done and you're going to try to translate each of these sentences. Again, the pattern of the sentences follows pretty similar to what we did in our model sentences. Use the vocabulary here and up here to help you with your translation. Remember, we have to supplement the word the. There is no word for the in English, or in Latin, so we have to add that into our English translations. And just make sure that when you translate the Latin, if the word order is a bit different, still make sure that the English translation makes sense. Okay, so at this point, get to work on your translation of this passage, and once you finish that, go ahead and take a look at video part 2. Walete.